not counting that one I lost. Yeah, this is good. Here we go, guys. Fish number 3 today. Alright guys, welcome back to the Leaky Job Boat Company. Today we are fishing in a creek, the same creek I fished last week, but we're fishing in a totally different spot. And I've never fished here before, but since I've arrived I've found that the creek is super shallow in this section. So we're going to kind of walk along and try to find some deeper water. As you guys can see, the creek is just, I mean, it's slow and shallow. We might try to cast into some of these little bit deeper holes, but I mean, it does not look super good for smallies, but we're going to try to get into some and see what we can get into. Alright guys, today we are throwing kind of like what we had on last week, the Yum bait, but we just have a little hook on there. It's a little worm hook. It's probably a little bit too small for this bait, but we're going to try it anyways. And there's no weight on here. And this is just going to let the worm sink down slowly and kind of stay out of the rocks. And with this shallow water, I think that that's going to help us big time with not spooking the fish with an extra weight on there. I can't really tell how deep it is right here, but it looks like it's deeper than the average. So we're going to try this for a little bit, then we'll walk downstream and find some holes. Alright guys, we have found the first signs of life. There we go. Oh my goodness. And that was the first bite. He's right in this pocket right in front of me. And I don't think I hooked him with this little hook. But we're going to try him again. I was saying the first signs of life because there's a little bit of a current right there. It kind of goes into this run, and it's just a little bit deeper than the rest of the river I've walked. There's got to be a smallie sitting in here. And there was, I just didn't hook him. So we're going to try this again. I don't think I hooked him enough to scare him off. So there's a fish in there. And we just got to get him to swallow the whole bait. There we go. Now we're hooked into him. And that's a really good fish. We're going to try not to lose him. He's just coming right up into the shallows for me. I mean, that is an incredible fish. There we go, guys. First smallie of the day. And he is nothing to joke about. That is a freaking toad. We are going to get the hook out of him though, because it looks like he is way down deep in there. Before we get any pictures of him, I want to make sure he's safe. Alright guys, there we freaking go. That is a nice fish. We're going to get a weight on him real quick. Idea. Because these fish look really small on my camera. .13, 2 pounds, 13 ounces. So, not too bad of a fish. We're going to get him back in the water and make sure he swims off strongly. There we go. Alright guys, We have been struggling for probably an hour. So I am going to tie on a way darker color to see if that makes a difference. And we're going to try this instead. I've been working this hole right here in between this log and this rock. I've had a couple bites, but no big takes. And we're just running a weightless Senko. And we're going to try it with just a darker Senko and see if that makes a difference. And if not, we'll go to white or something like that. I just can't seem to get a good bite. There we go, guys. Second fish, and it's taken me, I don't even know. It's probably been an hour since I caught a fish. This is just a little guy. Little tiny smallmouth bass. I'm going to throw him back in. And we're going to get back in the water. I've been on the struggle bus all morning. There we go. That's a freaking nice fish. Come here. There we go, guys. Fish number 3 of the day. Not as nice as the first one, but still a really nice, pretty smallmouth. We're gonna let him go. And there has got to be more of those in this hole. There we go. And that is a green sunfish. That's why I was having trouble hooking them. Because they're pretty little fish. But that's no smallmouth. So, not too bad. Nice little bonus fish. I just missed another fish right in front of me. There we go. I just watched him come up and get it right off the surface. And that was a nice smallmouth. That was freaking sweet. I don't know if this is the fish I missed before. But I watched him come up and hammer it right on the surface, guys. And there we go. Smallie number 4, I think. Not counting that one I lost. And that is a freaking sweet fish. Get him back in the water. I can't believe he came up and just smoked it right on the surface. That was pretty cool. This black and blue Senko is now doing better than that green and chartreuse tip one. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today. We're headed back to the truck. All the fish were on the weightless Senkos, which worked out pretty freaking good in my opinion. I tried some jig heads and stuff like that. Tried a little paddle tail. That didn't really work at all, so went back to the weighted Senko, the non-weighted Senko, and caught some fish. Remember guys, if you guys like the video on here, subscribe to the channel, go on to the leakyjohnboatcompany.com and get yourself some apparel. This is a fishing shirt. There's a couple different ones of these. They're really lightweight and really awesome to fish in all day. And I got the Smalley hat right here, which is pretty freaking sweet. I designed that myself. And just remember, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks.